All right, just making another quick video. Um, I don't know if I said this before, but I have sleep apnea and I need to use a C-Pap to sleep, which with me having nightmares, it kind of gets in the way because I'll be fighting in my sleep sometimes and I get tied up in it and then I snatch it and tear it up. But yeah, this is um the mouthpiece or the nose piece. It just goes over my nose like so, and it wrap around my head. But the reason why I want to make this video is to show you the best way to clean it without even getting your hands dirty. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take it apart. Um, take it all the way apart. Take off your nose piece. Take off your straps. You're not gonna need these, so you sit these off to the side. Your nose piece, and then hang on a second. Okay, sorry about that. Had a little trouble getting the hose off. But yeah, you take your nose piece off, take your hose off, and you take these and you put them in the dishwasher. And I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. All right, here we are in the kitchen. And what I will do, let me flip the phone around here, is I will take the hose and I will just drape it in the dishwasher like so. It's all cleaned out and everything. And I suppose you could wash dishes while you're doing this too. I never really tried it. So you take the hose and you kind of like drape it around like that on the bottom, and the little holes where it hooks up to your machine at, you put that over one of the little pegs. Take the other one like this, put it over a peg. Then you take your mouthpiece, your nose piece, and you just simply put it over another peg like that. Slide it in. And I will put me I put me a cascade in here. Close it up. And then just start it on a regular cycle. And then let it do its thing. And then once it comes out, it'll be all clean and sanitized. And that's what helps you from getting like nasal infections. Because I get them a lot. And so that's what helps me as far as that goes. Because I have to go to the doctor, like I said one time before, like once a year, for him to check my sinuses out because I have sinusitis and rhinitis. All right. And the other reason why I was doing this video is because like I said before, I suffer from depression and anxiety. It gets hard to talk about. Um, it's main okay. I just say it. It's ever since I was in the Navy and seeing some of the things that I saw Um, Going through some of the things that I went through, um, it leaves a lasting impression, to say the least. Um, I did see people get hurt really, really bad. See people lose their lives, all in defense of this great country of ours. And like I said, it leaves a lasting impression on you. Not that I'm anything special or different than anybody else, but the depression is real, coupled with all the other things I have going on with me. It is a huge weight to bear. I attempted suicide multiple times, which is kind of hard for me to admit, but it's true. Um, I still think about it. I think about it every day, but I'm not gonna do it because the way I look at it, if I attempted it as many times as I've attempted it, and God said no, then that's the end of that conversation. He ain't through with me yet. But that still doesn't mean I don't get depressed. Sometimes, I will sit and watch TV when I'm able, and I can just be looking at something just as benign as a football game or the news, and I will start crying, and I don't know why. Um, I do go see a couple of people for my depression and anxiety, and I have a couple of medications for it. Um, they could tell you more about the severity of it, to tell you the truth. I don't feel like I need to be institutionalized or anything like that. But then, like I said, they could tell you more about that than I could. But it's real. The depression and the anxiety is real, and it's not like okay, like major depression is different from just say being down in the dumps. You know how like some people would just be down in the dumps for a while. They might be going through like a little point in their life where stuff wasn't working out right, you know, and then they be down in the dumps for a while, and then they tend to work themselves out of it. Major depression is not like that, and there's a lot of us, and I'm talking to you, other black men that have major depression and don't want to admit it because of what somebody said, and it make you look weak and all that. Because, well, you know what? I guess I'll just be a weak man and just go ahead and admit to mine. But then again, at the same time, I'm trying to get some help for mine. So there's that. But the major depression is more than just a feeling. I mean, it's a feeling, but you feel it also in your body too. You have thoughts, and a lot of times your mind is racing too, because you have the at least with me anyway, you have the depression part, and then you have the anxiety part too, and your mind is like whipping from one thing to another, and then you feel it in your body. You feel it physically, but then you also feel it mentally too. And sometimes it makes you feel like you're being pulled in so many different places, you know. Um, and I guess doing these videos is cathartic because there's nobody else here for me to talk to, so I might as well talk to the phone. I try to talk to my therapist and social worker, and which they are all great people and everything, but you know, they're right about now at what is it, like 3 o'clock, something like that, on a Sunday afternoon. They with their family. They ain't got time to deal with me. And then the VA right now is so overbooked and understaffed is pathetic. And folks will fall through the cracks. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about my depression. And you know, when I say that, it's not like I'm saying that as a crutch or anything, because it's a real thing. And actually, a lot of times, when people have like mental disabilities, it's really a mix of emotional stuff that's going on and chemical imbalance in your brain. So it has a physical component too, like diabetes, so to speak, except you can't see it. And it manifests itself in different ways. Just because I do a thing don't mean somebody else gonna do the same thing that I do, and vice versa. But um, it's a lot to deal with. It is a lot to deal with. But anyway, like I said, um, let me get back to the C-Pap, because I'm gonna start crying here in a minute. So you let the C-Pap clean itself. I have, like I said, sleep apnea, and I have to use this rig over here, as I call it, the C-Pap machine. And once it gets through washing in the dishwasher, I'll take it out and hook it back up, and then I'll be able to use it. But right now, I am so sleepy. I have daytime sleepiness, and I will lay down, but I probably won't go to sleep. But I'll lay down, because if I don't, I might mess around and make my head start hurting, which is what I don't want to do. And if you've been following any of my videos, you will know that I just got over migraine here, like yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Well, really this morning, but yesterday. Um, so I'm gonna stretch out and try to relax a little bit. I hadn't been outside today. That sun is way too bright for me. And I just stay stuck in the house. Sometimes this house is like a prison, you know that? I try to get out. Not for lack of trying, but you know, I was coming from the mall, because I will go like when there's nobody at the mall, and I'll just go just to, just do a quick little walk around and leave. Um, There's some days when my head's not hurting and I can actually tolerate the sunlight. But anyway, I was leaving out of the mall because I felt a migraine coming on. And I was driving home and I had to go across this bridge. And migraine hit me. And it hit like right there, right in my temple. And I really couldn't see. It scared me to death. Um, and I had to pull over at this little gas station. And I sat there for a while. I was all scared. I really was terrified. Because I thought I was going to run off the bridge into the Black Warrior River. I don't know, maybe doing that I might have did myself a favor, actually. But anyway, um, yeah, I had to sit there for a while. Eventually, um, I creeped home. I think I was driving like 5 miles an hour. But I finally made it home. Because from where the gas station was to where my house is it was just like, 2, 3 miles? Something like that. And so I creeped on home and got into bed. Because that's all I could do, really. Take my medication. That's why I don't go too many. Another reason why I don't go too many places. Because I'm so scared that if I have another migraine like that actually happened twice. And if I go somewhere and I have a migraine that's like real bad and I'm driving, I don't want to hurt anybody else because of my negligence. For a while, my primary care doctor told me that I couldn't drive. Well, he didn't say I couldn't drive. He strongly advised me not to. Because of the migraines and then too, I guess I should give you like context. The type of migraines that I have are called vasovagal migraines, which means that when I'm having a really bad migraine, I could pass out. So that's another reason for me not really to drive too far, much less drive at all. But I do still need to go to the grocery store. I do still need to go to doctor's appointments and stuff like that. And Uber is expensive. Yeah. I don't make enough money. I'm not independently wealthy to take Ubers to different places. And doing ride shares and calling on relatives because they got their own stuff they got to take care of. So I'll go like little short distances, 5 miles here. Because like the grocery store up the street, Publix, is more expensive, but it's the closest grocery store. So guess what? I go to Publix. I mean, it's just like a mile up the road. So not even really a whole mile, to tell you the truth. Now I think about it. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna lay across the bed for a minute. And the other thing I forgot to tell you guys is that your tray, you can put this in the washing machine, in the dishwasher too. You can if you want to. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I didn't this time. But yeah, so this video is going on 20 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it short. All right. Peace.